I want to ask a question. What unites a people? Is it armies, flags, gold, or trade? Stories. It's not true. It's stories. We want to tell you a story about trade and money. Who better to do it for us? Ghana's lead poet, Rhymesonny.
So I am employing 3 forms of art to share with you this agenda. Music, painting, and of course, poetry. They say to every story, there's a real story, the true story, and the other story. We have the true story, have the real story, and they have the other story. So why don't you listen to my side of the story, which is the true story, and you listen to the other story? You see, the other story can corrupt your real story and twats my true story. So please, let's blend the real story and the true story together so everybody can get to know the real true story. All the same, I'm truly sorry, but permit me to share with you this great African story. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to stand on existing protocols to address this wonderful session. Let me tell you about an important commodity, money. The answer to most of man's questions. The thin line between a curse and a blessing, the wavelength of your lifeline, a surgical session, the most powerful medium of exchange. If this commodity holds this much power, then measures should be put in place for its safe transaction. So before we fall into a financial trance, let's take actions. Because there's no business without transaction, and every man lives by exchanging. That is what we call trade. Trade isn't just about goods and services. Trade is about information. Before the right hand washes the left and the left hand the right must do what is right and ignore what is left. But the fingers on the right and left hands must learn to coordinate with each other. All fingers are not the same, but when united, they form a strong fist that exudes strength, that bursts forth power when swung. How can we be easier to get salt from miles away than your neighbor's house? How can we honor others with the finest of our prize, whilst our brothers next door struggle to get the little of the prize? See, we all know that before the Europeans came to our lands, we traded with each other without difficulties. We were like students from the same university but different faculties. We were people who understood each other's capabilities. So, as borders get broader and brothers look yonder, our bonds get tighter and stronger. We have become the global village our ancestors dreamt about. We are stronger together without a doubt. So, let me take you back into time. Let me take you deep into these rhymes. Let me take you to the Mansa Musa roots and accompanying fruits. Let me take you along the Songhai trade routes, where Sumanguru generals traded with nickels and needed strong buckles to transport their crystals, salt, and gold. In these times of old, true to our times where we were bold to carry walls of hard cold cash across oceans from our very own fold, a myriad of success stories still remains untold. We built economies to behold, and our needs transcended transfers. Now first things first, you see, with smiles and laughter, we did all of this through the roof, the wall, and rafter. And today, with the advent of Afreximbank and after, and the benefits thereafter, our borders have become non-existent to the extent that Bamako and Niamey are within the same trade area. Accra and Lagos are within the same trade area. We are breaking down traditional trade barriers, either to the neo-conservative nexus that saw us next to the MasterCard and Visas, who levied us to hand over our own currency. Come and see how we lost money trying to send money. Swift has never been swift, further to the era of PAPS that has seen us pop the charge balloons and eliminate the barriers that hold our money. Money that will make our continent stop retrogression and align with a bigger vision. the vision to North Africa in unison whilst we soar to their destination. Throughout these intriguing sessions, we are creating an Africa trade ecosystem that will not only enrich us but prosper us. We will create an ecosystem that will end the charade and take Africa beyond aid. They say you may have a right to a choice, but certainly not the choice is the results of your choice, right? Coming here, you've made the right choice, and I know the results of this choice will certainly position Africa right. Africa has no time to misconstrue our purpose and aim. We can't continue to shift the gears of blame. We got to stop playing with the issues as though it was a football game. Every decision we take affects a life, and one person should be elevated out of poverty anytime we strive. You see, poverty rhymes with prosperity, and as a poet, I know words that rhymes are related. They're like negative and positive, paternity and maternity. I can go on till infinity, but not until we achieve this unity. So let's form a battalion to connect businesses across the continent towards financial freedom that will usher Africa into economic independence. Let's position ourselves and break the gap between capital, tech, knowledge and businesses. Let's continue to leverage on the synergies of change leaders and change Africa's narrative. Shout outs to Afreximbank for this initiative. Now let's work together towards reducing absolute poverty and enhance shared prosperity, saying that all Africans are given the opportunity to share the benefit in sustainable growth. Let's work together. Oakwood Green Africa, enabling greatness across Africa. Thank you. PAPS is here. PAPS is here to present fast and fair transfers. You don't need to cross countries. Their services bridges boundaries. Let's join hands, because I am because you are. Ubuntu. Thank you.